is Kimberly Black, and it's October 23rd, 2016. Today I'm speaking for my persuasive speech, and my topic is comparing the differences between iPhones and Androids. So everyone has their own preference on which type of phone they prefer. You either are going to have an Android or you're going to have an iPhone. For my preference, I prefer to have an iPhone. I don't know what I would do without my iPhone, and I choose that because I feel like the iPhones have a better quality than Androids, and you're actually paying for the quality of the phone, and it's not just a really expensive phone. When looking to find a phone, there's a few things that you want to be looking for. You want to look for the software the phone has, what the phone looks like, such as its display, and you also want to look at the security that the phone's going to give you. The first thing you need to look for is the software the phone has. For an iPhone, Apple Incorporation is the developer of the software. It has a very closed system of operation, unless you jailbreak your iPhone, which some people do that, but I don't say that you do that. The media is all transferred using your iTunes app, and the photos are all transferred and backed up on your iCloud's account. The only products that Apple has so far are iPhones, iPads, iPods, the Mac computers, and the Apple TVs. When using the system, there's some perks that you can have. You have iMessaging, which you can only use this between two people that have iPhones, and you can see like when it's sent and when they read your message and if they're typing back to you. But if you have an Android phone, you can't see if they're doing that, and the message will appear blue if you have an iPhone and green if you have an Android. It's just a perk that some people like. And you can also have FaceTime, which you can only use between two people that have iPhones. All of the other common apps, such as Google Hangouts, Facebook Messenger, Skype, and all the other kinds of apps that you can get on an Android, you can get on an iPhone. Another thing on an iPhone that you can only get is Mobile, Safari, Siri, and Apple Maps. That's something that can only come on the iPhone. When using an Android phone, the developer over the system is Google. Androids have a very open system, and you can change almost anything on an Android phone, such as the way that it looks and different things like that. When transferring files, a good way to do it is just using a USB port, and you can transfer them all into your computer. It's pretty simple. Android systems work on tons of products, such as phones, tablets, and computers as well, but they have a many different types of companies that they use, such as Samsung, LG, HTC, and Sony. As of July 2013, Google Play stores have over 1 million apps published, including business apps. So you have all kinds of different apps you can use, and now you can use apps like order food and different things like that. You have tons of different things you can do when using an Android. A report released in September 2013 rates iOS significantly is better than an Android on a cognitive level. The second thing you want to look for when choosing an iPhone or choosing a phone is the way the phone looks. When looking at an iPhone, there are many different features that people look at, but it's also starting with the way that they look. From an iPhone 3 to an iPhone 7, it's changed tremendously from how big it is, how skinny the phone is, the buttons on it, and everything like that. In 2007, Steve Jobs designed the iPhone, which was the first mix with a captive 3.5-inch multi-touch display with a touch-optimized software. The iPhone has a really great camera and has a lot of great quality. That's one of the things that people like about iPhones. And the new iPhone that they released, that's what it's for. It has a really great camera, and it doesn't pixel your pictures when you take them. When you're looking at your contacts, you can see like your favorites, and it shows like their pictures, and you can tell who you've recently talked to, and I think it comes up to like 8 contacts that you can look at. iPhones also have a finger sensor, which saves you tons of time. Instead of typing in a password, which you have that option, but you can just use your finger and get straight into your phone. Since the new iPhone just updated to its new software, there's tons of different things that you can do. It's kind of like rearrange the phone, and like especially with the messaging, you can do like different ways of sending messages. Like you can use like the little funny pictures in it now, and you can draw different things and stuff like that. When working an Android phone, they also bring lots of good features, but in my preference, I don't think that they bring a lot of good features. When you take pictures, I don't think that the quality is that good on the camera. I think that some of the pictures are kind of pixeled, and I just don't think that the quality is as good as an Android or an iPhone. The phone can also be very unorganized, but you can change the way that your apps are set up, and like if say you don't want somebody to find something, you can easily hide it on an Android than you can on an iPhone. Androids do have good features, but like I said, it's just whichever kind of phone that you prefer to have. But one of the good things that Androids do have is the battery life on the newer kinds of Androids. It's really good. They can last up to days. And the final thing that you want to look for when finding a good phone is the security the phone is willing to give you. On an iPhone, you have endless security, and that's why I love it. You can enable a lock code, like I just said, with a finger sensor, so only you can get into it, or nobody else can get into it. You can also set your phone on an auto lock time and say you want it done for 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, if you're not using it, the phone will just cut off and lock the phone, so nobody else can get into it. You want to avoid using commonly used or easy to guess passcodes, such as your birth date. That's one of the most common things that people put as their passcodes. And another good thing about an iPhone is that your passcodes are there for you, but they don't actually store them into the phones. Like it'll notice that you're typing in the same thing, but it won't automatically appear your passcode for you. It wants you to type it in. That's a good thing for security. On the other hand, when using an Android, they are very open to the public, and they do this so that people will come in and buy their products and use their products, and it can gain their attention so they can use the products. And to make up for the fact that it's a very open system, they fix a lot of the things that go wrong, because you're easily getting viruses and stuff on your computers and your phones because so many people are using the products and stuff. It's easy for hackers to get in. So when choosing a phone, it's much more than just what the phone looks like. You want to ensure yourself that you're getting the right protection that you should have, and that you're actually getting the quality that you should have for the money that you're paying, because phones are very expensive. So for my visual aid, I made just a bunch of different pictures of the phones. Like this is the Apple logo, and that's the Android logo. And this was the first phone that I was talking about that was made in January the 9th of 2007. It was the first iPhone, and it has the 3.5-inch screen. And this is mostly what Androids look like. And then over here, I have a table of the different kinds of money rates that was differences. And in 2010, there was a difference of $251 in sales. In 2011, there was a difference in $330. In 2012, there was a difference in $366, and in 2013, it was a difference of $374 of purchases between iPhones and Androids. And that's it.